Hello everybody, today we're going to be running some of the Ancient Sands. We're going to be running some normal and some heroic, but I'm just going to be going over everything you should look out for and good strategies for the Ancient Sands world. This world is pretty new. I'm recording this about 4 hours after the update drops. But here we go, we're just going to get into it. To start off, I'm using the rare armor. I have this leveled up a little bit, and the Stellar Sword. My Stellar is level 2, and my rare armor is level 3. The rare armor is called Cactus, and the reason I'm using this armor that gives me less HP than my Elden or Onyx, but is because it gives more stamina. That's something to note about all of the new world armors. Now World 1 armors have a stamina bar of 75, which is kind of a... we don't really have much context for that value, but World 2 armors give 125, which means for weapons like Stellar or Ninja Blade or really any weapon that uses just a whole lot of stamina for its ability, these weapons are quite good, or these armors are quite good because they allow you to use your ability more. I'm gonna be running a Spirit build for normal. While Stellar's ability doesn't get affected by Spirit builds, its swings still do. And I think Spirit builds are fun to play. So I'm going to be running a Spirit build. These Tombstone Goblins are the first problem you really should look out for. They show up pretty early, and they are generally just very dangerous. They summon these TNT Skulls, which will chase after you. I'm lagging here. Probably just Roblox's fault. But yeah, these TNT Skulls chase after you and explode when they get close enough. The explosion does a lot of damage and a lot of knockback and stuns for quite some time, so you really got to watch out for those. The other one you should look out for is the Wizards. As I covered in my last video, they fire 3 bolts, and they do home. We've found that out now. The 3 bolts do, in fact, home, which means they are... and they're faster than the Mage bolts as well, so it's a very, very scary enemy. And here's the Maneater. Now, this boss... I said in my my trailer review that this would be a fun boss, but in my opinion, this isn't the greatest one. It's got really a lot of problems to it. The health bar and boss spirit are too high to reach, or like to see. Boss spirit's too high to reach. This acid attack is very hard to dodge because of how long it takes to come down. As you saw, I messed up there. It can sometimes be very tanky. You see, I can't get the... no, I did get the boss spirit. Apparently, they fixed that. Very nice hot patch, or hot fix. But, it's overall pretty good, but you can't really parry it. And that's something that you need to start focusing on for this update, learning to parry, because, honestly, unless you're running a pure stamina build, not parrying is not going to work out very well, because you only have so many dodges, and, if you're not using them perfectly, you're going to get hit by the amount of projectiles, because now there's TNT skulls and 3 homing bolts from the mages, and the archers fire 3 arrows very quickly, especially with quick attack. The melee enemies aren't too much of a problem. There's no bolt for this world. The melee enemies kind of a pushover until you get to the Guardians. The Guardians' hitboxes are a little messed up. I think they are working on those, considering the amount of reports they're getting about the Guardian hitboxes being messed up. But they are definitely very hard to deal with. My personal strategy for dealing with them is use my long-ranged ability, whether that be Stellar, Imperialist, Solar, anything that's not gonna get me stabbed, because they stab very hard, and it's very hard to avoid getting stabbed by them due to their hitboxes. These Bomber Goblins, you gotta watch out for them. Most of the ranged enemies are a watch out in this one, because those Bomber Goblins, they fire 3 shots now, and they're all varied a little bit, so it can be very hard to dodge if you're not paying attention to it. The traps aren't too difficult. They don't do the most amount of damage, but you gotta watch out for them, because the fire traps especially can start doing tick damage, which will kill you. It's not infinite or anything, but it does tick damage. I would recommend picking up stamina no matter what build you're running here. Stamina is just a solid upgrade, and even while parrying most of the things, I know I'm not parrying a lot here, but even while trying to parry most of the things, running a stamina build is very, very good. And the reason I'm not parrying a lot is because I'm dashing a lot and using Stellar ability to clear most of the things. I should probably start parrying more once I start getting into Chapter 2. I think I'm in Chapter 2. Chapter 3. And the end of Chapter 2. Because the enemies do start scaling decently quickly. This is normal mode, so the enemies aren't going to be one-shotting me, but they're definitely still not pushovers. The sniper skeletons are kind of pushovers. I'll correct myself there. The archers will hit you, but they don't do, like, insane damage. But the sniper skeletons, I don't think I've been hit by one yet, and that's not because I've been actively dodging them. That's just because I don't think they hit very often. This boss is scary. They did improve parrying for this update. However, this boss and most bosses are pretty hard to parry for this update, simply because of how they work, or, like, this guy's going to teleport behind me, and I don't know when. That's when. It's very hard to avoid that hit there. I think I'm probably just going to have to work out the timing on that one, but for now I'm just going to kind of keep running, and then stellar him. And apparently a bunch of the enemies he summons too, which means I'm not going to get a lot of damage, but there we go. Killing him does get rid of the little enemies, so that's a very good idea to do. But yeah, he is a threat, especially in multiplayer. That guy is a threat. This room is decently scary because it has 2 guardians up top, as well as some sniper skeletons and archers, and also some wizards down here. But it's a lot of small enemies down here, so and weapon like Stellar can clear it decently easily. Up here's the real main problem. Because if you're not careful, you can get messed up by a guardian stun and an archer shot. There are a lot of low damage projectiles in this one, so keeping boss spirits is going to be more difficult. Honestly, I don't see a lot of challenge runs being done in this mode for a while, or in this world for a while. Even on normal, it is not a pushover at all. I'd consider normal World 2 harder than Nightmare World 1. They said it was going to be easier than Nightmare World 1, but I mean, even with, like, this upgraded loot, I'm still struggling with it quite a bit, especially in multiplayer, where Nightmare World 1 I nearly beat Kingslayer with no armor and a wooden sword. I got him to 15%. That video is going to come out sometime. I'm going to do it sometime. But maybe a while, considering that is a little bit of a difficult challenge. Looks like they're working on the guardian hitboxes a little. Before, you could trigger one, dash back 3 times, and still get hit. It was quite buggy originally, but that's not really the tester's fault. This game seems to have been cursed by the Roblox curse of the testing place isn't buggy, but on release it's infested. As you can see, I've run out of stamina here. I don't know if you can parry the skulls, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think you can parry most explosions in this game. I think you can kill the skulls. Yeah, you can kill them. But the skulls are definitely scary, and the amount of dashes and abilities you try to use early on can really make skulls hard to deal with. So you kind of got to parry the rest of it. But yeah, that's about it for this world. The final boss is a little bit of a pushover with Stellar. I think they might add... I'm not sure. I haven't heard a lot of voice acting in this world. Even in Heroic, I haven't seen a lot of that. So I'm almost thinking that they're going to either add a secret boss that you have to find your way to fight. Like there's some sort of trigger you can do to summon this secret boss that needed... Because they asked for a female voice actor in the Discord server. But I haven't heard a lot. I originally thought Nekros might use the voice acting, but the final boss definitely doesn't. So I'm thinking either Heroic mode is going to have a true final boss when they release that, or we're missing something here. Honestly, I can see either one being a possibility, as crazy as that is. Honestly, I would be really excited if Heroic mode had a secret final boss. I got a parry off there. It was kind of hard to tell. I think I did, at least. Maybe I'm lying to myself. Who knows? I probably will in post. Yeah. That's about it for this world, though. These guardians are a pain to take out. Even if you manage to parry them, like, their vulnerability... like, when they're vulnerable, they don't take a lot of stun time, or if any. So that can be a problem. That's why I mostly use Stellar to deal with them, because they're just really, really tanky. For this world, I'd probably recommend a high-level Imperialist. Any level infested. They buffed infested up a lot. It is actually quite a viable weapon now. Solar or stellar would work as well. Also, interesting thing about this enemy, if you hit it where its shield is, it blocks it, you see? It's blocking my damage. So you kind of either got to go around, behind it, like right on top of it, or wait for its shield to move behind it by waiting for it to attack. So killing this enemy without an ability is honestly really fun. I think I would do it more if I wasn't trying to get through this dungeon quicker so I can show you guys the challenges of heroic, but there you go. It's also dangerous. I'm not going to die here, but I'm probably going to die here. Let's see. Nope, this is the final room. The final boss is... Actually, I'm probably going to die here because the final boss is an undodgeable attack. Yep. Well, that's that for me. I'm getting a call. Sorry, I got to turn that off. But, I just turned that off. What's happening? I'm sorry, guys. There we go. I wasn't turning off. I should probably hit the give up button. But that's normal. And I'll cut here.